Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Friday, October the 20th, 2023. Today we're pulling from the Tarot of Dreams tarot cards. Just going to show the cover because you can't really see it there. But I love the fact that we keep getting the Empress, something ruled with love. You know what I mean? We're doing this with pure intentions. I've always been that type of person. Like, I love love. I love being in love and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Like, the biggest blessing in my life was becoming a mom, being a wifey. It's just like, to have that in your life, and it's just like that unwavering love, and then to have it not so much taken away from you, but just to go through that journey really does humble you. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I was unappreciative of the things that I have. I feel like I don't know, I guess it's the visionist in me, or kind of, I'm hearing the mom from Beetlejuice sit there and it's like, if you don't let me gut out this house and make it my own, I'll go insane and take you with me. That's the kind of energy I have. I'm just like, oh my god. And it's like, I don't know if that's being ungrateful or not. It's just like, I'm like, I would sit there and take out that closet, and I would build up, and I would build a flight of stairs there, and I would, you know what I mean? It's just like home design. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know if that was being ungrateful, like saying like I would change certain things to utilize this space more. I don't know. I hope not, because like I've always, not always, I did have a period in my life where I, and I'm not going to lie and say like, I've always been like this. No, I haven't. They never left me, but it's just like, I would pray that a situation when I was a kid would end, and it didn't, and I would blame it on Yahweh. And my blame was misplaced because it wasn't. Everybody has free will here. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But you know what I mean? I'm thankful that that's why it's like, turn to whomever you believe in, even if it's your higher self, while you can, before it's too late. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's the way I am. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I feel like as long as you have a good heart and you're a good person, I feel like, whatever is waiting for us on the other side of this journey will be there. You know what I mean? As long as you're a good person. You don't have to belong to a spiritual endeavor or believe anything, like, even if you just love Mother Earth. That's why I always say, like, with a big brush, like, whomever you believe in. I can't think of everything off the top of my head. You know what I mean? If I leave anything out, I do apologize. I don't mean it to be offensive. But it's like, whatever you believe in. It's like wherever you put your hope and your faith in. I feel like that's where we need it more now than ever. It's just like so many things are uncertain, and if you're like myself where you had to restart your life again, it's like, trusting, like I can see since Shane's transition where it's just like, they put in my path what I could handle. I didn't want a certain situation to happen. They're like, babysit. It'll give you structure, it'll bring love and laughter into the home, and it gives your kids someone to hang out with. Because we have always lived, unfortunately, in these isolated areas. I was, not told that was the situation, but anyway, it is what it is. God is fixing everything in our path that has been taken away from us, that has been misconstrued or manipulated. So just trust and keep going. I feel like with that cylinder, what they keep showing going through the cornfield, and I feel like going at a glacier pace, and I could just see like myself. I could see myself walking behind it, and I'm kind of like kicking my legs out. It's like I could walk backwards and I'd still be catch up to this wheel. You know what I mean? Because it's going so slow. But I feel like it's like enjoy the moment, like that carefree energy. Like you have a moment to breathe, and it's like, remember when everything was like hurry up and go, hurry up and go, hurry up and go, and Spirit's just like, you don't have to do that this time. You could just sit there and let it just go at the pace it's going, and that's the one thing I love about it. It's just like putting ideas out there, making a plan, but not sitting there and taking action towards it, because it's like, I trust God. Whatever is supposed to be met in my path, Yahweh Yeshua, will happen. If you believe in divine creator, Gaia, Mother Earth, universe, creator divine, if I haven't said that, your higher self, whomever you believe in. It's like, even if it's yourself, it's just like, what will unfold. I feel like this is that apprehension, and I feel like that's what they're trying to avoid. They're saying like, you have nothing to fear about, fear, worry, and doubt. I feel like this is embracing your fire side, bravery, courage, strength, resilience, that you will keep going there. You know, one thing I keep saying is like, you know, the worst thing is to mess with someone that has been kicked as far as they could be kicked down and still gets back up. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the power of faith, you know? Even when I didn't think I would get back up, it's like somehow, some way, you know, Yahweh and Yeshua found a way to inspire me, you know? That's why I feel like even like sitting there in the kitchen, I'm just like Dayenu, you know? I'm just like so grateful, you know? I always sing Dayenu like lately, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Whatever situation, you know, watching our wording, you know, watching the things we say, asking, you know, I've been sitting there and I'm like, you know, Dad, you know, Shane, whomever is there to help us, I'm like, you know, help us to bring this in, you know, with no harm to none. It's just help us to bring things in that would be good in our life, you know, that transition, you know. And I feel like this is going to be a very transitional stage. You know, I love the fact with the Nine of Cups, it's just like, you know, very cornucopia energies where it's just like everything that, you know, when they kept on showing the Seven of Pentacles, and I said this could be like seedlings that you put out. This is, you know, I'm so grateful to Dolores. Oh my, I think her name is Connor, I believe is her last name. I see her a lot on Instagram and TikTok, and it's just like, you know, she's teaching us, you know, she's like, they're waiting to assist you, you know, and she's just like, ask them. You know, I feel like it's another level of belief. I feel like it's like, you know, anyone that has lost someone and you still feel that connection and you know the love just grows deeper because you like, how amazing is that? Like I always tell my kids that, like, you know, they could be anywhere in the universe and they decide to be with us, to be by our side. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that is the biggest, I guess, showing of love. You know, devotion of love is like they could be anywhere in the world and they choose, like, you can smell them, you can, you know what I mean? Like I'm lucky enough that I have clairaudience that and voyance that I'm able to feel their energies and see them laughing and stuff like that. Like, you know, I'm very lucky that way. You know, I wish and hope to everyone that wants to have that ability, just keep having the faith that it will come through, you know? So it's like keep on keeping on, you know, keep pushing forward, you know? I love the fact with the tree of life, this is where I'm talking about this connection with, you know, your guardian angels, your past loved ones, you know, higher creator of whomever you believe in. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, it's all connected. And I feel like, especially when we learn how to manifest, it's like, it comes out of the blue. You know what I mean? Like, I just recently changed the way that I ask for things. You know, even when I do my vision board, I'll do the same thing. You know, has my faith in Yahweh and Yeshua changed? Heck no. I know it's all part of it. It's all connected, you know, going with the tree of life. And I feel like that's what they're saying. Like, you know, things in our life were placed there for certain reasons. You know what I mean? So it's just like, there's this person that I follow on Twitter or X, whatever the heck you want to call it. And he comes with these, you know, he's like, what one of these would have to go? And it was like, go back 10 years, get $10 million, live to 100. I can't remember what the last one was. But I was like, I would go back 10 years. I would try to convince Shane to quit smoking. You know what I mean? I would change things. You know? And hopefully he would. But, you know, universe has always showed me. I believe it's his eating. The cholesterol, too, is one thing that played a factor in, unfortunately, his passing, you know? So, there's like certain things, like, you know, not to push him where, like, because I didn't want to stress him out. I know, like, work was a lot for him because he did take on a lot. And I'm just like, you know, I don't want him to feel like that at home. You know, this is his sanctuary. He should feel safe. He should feel loved, supported. You know, he doesn't need someone nagging at him, you know? Like, I would never, even a million years, say I'd come close to what he does or did while he was here. But it's like, you know, I'm the same way. When I'm done work, I don't want to hear the kids fighting because that's all I get when I'm working. Bitching and complaining and yelling. And I'm just like, ugh, I do not want to hear that when I'm off. You know what I mean? So that's the way that I saw it. I'm like, and he even said that. He goes, you know, I'm going to quit smoking. I said, I know, Boo. I was like, you did it before. I said, you went to the army. You quit smoking cold turkey. I said, I believe in you. And I said, start small. And I said, even if you take one cigarette away a day or one cigarette away a week or a month, I said, it's still a move in the positive direction. And he would get there. He would start cutting down. He's like, oh, I'm doing really good. And I'm like, yeah, I could see that. Like, his smokes when... You know, but he would tell me, oh, I'm sharing with people at work. So I'm just like, okay, he's sharing with people at work. You know, I don't think he was. I think he was just smoking it all himself and blaming it on others, you know, but I was just like, you know, he knows his limit, you know, but I think he was just pushed past his limit. I think he just, you know, you keep on saying like it's, it'll change, and then, you know, it is what it is, you know. But that's what I would do, as long as it wouldn't change the course of like the kids and everything like that, because I love the living crud out of my kids. It's just like I would sit there and try to convince them, you know, especially when Marco was at high risk of RSV. I would have been like, you know, just sit there and like, you know, this is a great time to quit. You know, he was really good though. He would change his clothes. He would wash his hands. He wouldn't go nowhere near Michael. When he was high risk, and I even said that to Shane. I'm like, you know, he's at high risk, but he was really good. You know, he was really good about it. So I'm just like, you know, if I would, maybe that was the window, you know, but I've always seen, like, universe has shown me that I'm like, maybe if if he would have stayed home that day, you know, but they're like, they always show him eating those street hot dogs by his work. And it's just like, you know, if he would have, you know, he wouldn't have changed his eating habits. You know, he'd go on a walk, or he would be at work and it would be on the side of the road. So, you know, the way that I see it, it was just like he went to work, nobody got hurt. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate the way that it happened, but, you know, at least nobody got hurt on the way to work. He didn't, you know what I mean? God took him safely to work, and nobody was hurt in the process, you know, because that would have been horrific. You know, we were supposed to go, I believe at one point she was the COO or the CEO, something like that, with Facebook. Unfortunately, she had a similar situation, and you know, one of her friends said, like, you know, you guys were supposed to, you know, could have been in the car with him when it happened. And it's like, it's so true. And that really resonated with me, because I'm just like, yeah, we were supposed to go to his parents' house that weekend. I was like, I couldn't even imagine, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, hearing her, that's why I say, like, things that resonate with you when you hear them, it really just is like, you know, we're lucky, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the silver lining of it, you know? But, you know, it's just like, that's where I feel like that connection. And I feel like this is where the Seven of Cups comes in here. And it's like that, this is like a vision board. That's why I feel like the Seven of Pentacles kept coming out. These are the things that you've manifested. I love the fact of clear audience. That's one thing, you know, I always keep asking. We keep getting judgment. I keep on hearing that shofar. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's where it's like, pay attention to what the downloads they're telling you. Pay attention to the information they're giving you. You know, is it angel numbers? Is it, you know what I mean? What is it? You know, I've been very lucky. They're giving me dates. They're saying certain things. You know what I mean? I try not to do, because it's quietest during Shabbat for us, and it's just like they say some things, and I feel like more could come in, but I was like, I try to respect the living crud out of Shabbat. I'm just like, it's supposed to be nothing, even downloads. I'm like, you know, that's why I don't, you know, sometimes when I'm talking to friends and I'm just like, you know, things will come in, I'm like, okay, I can't do that. Like, you know, I got to turn it off, because this is a day of rest. This is, you know what I mean? I feel like that's how you respect your ability, is like, you know, I was even offered triple my rate to do a reading for someone. I felt like that was a slap in the face. I'm just like, no. You know what I mean? I feel like that was also with like the high holiday, the holiest holiday of the year. They're just like, oh, you know, yeah, you got the day off, but you don't get vacation pay. And I'm just like, you know what? God will provide. He provided 3, 4, 5 times fold. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like that's only here. I can't buy my way to heaven. You think there's someone at the door I could tip and say, oh, let me sneak in? No. So I feel like, you know, fur babies with the snake. I feel like manifestation, financial things. I feel like when they show the castle, I feel like it's a home. So I feel like vision board. I love the fact that you're ascending. I feel like this is like heading towards the full moon. You're going to see blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing, which is totally amazing. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's just, that's why that wheel is moving the way it is. You know, like bringing up how I kind of went off there, but I like sharing, because I know someone out there is probably going through the same journey as I am, or something similar, and it resonates with them. And I'm just like, it does get better. Does that go away? No. You just learn not to let it trigger you as much as it does. You know what I mean? I feel like you have this light in you. I feel like because it is the Seven of Wands, we see like taking the higher ground in a situation. I feel like this is where you have isolated yourself so much to the point where it's like you build up this wall, and now there's a crack of light, sunlight coming in. And now I feel like you're thirsty for that sunlight. And I feel like this is where that wall is going to crumble because all these things that are coming in, all that light is coming in. I feel like you already have a lot of light around you, but I feel like this isolation that you put yourself in, it's like this emotional prison. I don't feel like it's so much of an imprisonment. I just feel like it's to keep you safe. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what, or it could be like a chrysalis. You needed to be in that isolation until you were ready to open up again. You had to go through certain, things to get you to that point. I love the fact that it's a rebirth. This has led you to this rebirth in your life, this ascension. It's like, this is where like look at all the cups. It's just like overflowing. You know what I mean? It's like this cornucopia energy of harvest, like abundance. You know what I mean? And they kept on saying like this era of pentacles. And I was like, I don't feel like this is like financial. I said, I feel like there's financial blessings in there, but it's not all just based off of financial. I feel like it's all based about grounding energies, that transition. I feel like even though like I'm an air sign and my moon is fire, I feel like it's just like, that grounding force is what really levels. I'm born on the cusp. So it's just like, I really thrive in that grounding energy. I love being outdoors. I love being in the sun to a point. And, this time of year I don't like it when it's scorching hot and humid and, but I feel like it's just like where you just enjoy it, where you just love it. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's just the energy, like when they were talking about, Nightmare Before Christmas, if we could bottle this energy, we would. With the Ten of Pentacles, this is a yes card. Content couple, content children, content fur babies, multiple generational family. And I love that because there's a man sitting there and I'm just like, when we celebrate Shabbat, my dad has like the male shawl that you wear over your head, during, prayers, and he wears it. And I'm just like, how beautiful is that? And he holds my hand when we do the Kaddish and stuff like that. So I'm just like, because my dad was very spiritual, like he saw an angel when he was driving home. And I'm just like, wow, I just love that, We connected instantly. And I was just like, very lucky. I'm very, very lucky. That is something I will never take for granted is, his unconditional love for us and the kids, his grandbabies. They call him PJ because they thought it was, his name. It was a J, but it was a G. It's so funny, but they call him PJ. He likes it. He thinks it's cute. He loves it. And Michael makes him laugh so much. Him and Michael are so much alike. Oh my God. And Michael is, I don't know how this kid, I swear to Lord, he sat there and he pulled his pajama pants right underneath his armpits, and I just started laughing and I wanted to cry at the same time because that's what my dad did. Just out of nowhere. Walks his pants on. Excuse me. Underneath his armpits. Coming up from downstairs. I'm just like, oh, I thought you were napping. Nope. He was reading gossip magazines. Can I have some more? Sure, here. You go read some more. He'd be happy. Me and him used to watch Nancy Grace. I just couldn't watch it anymore. There was just that year with Casey Anthony. With all the children that were going missing and found transformed. I couldn't take it. Jenner was like 8 months and I'm just like, I can't take this no more. It was nothing Nancy did. She was doing her job, but my heart was just like, I can't take this no more. It's just like, and now that, Natalie, they just found Hollowell. He finally confessed to it, what he did to her. And her mom was right all along. Her mom knew. Never discard your mother intuition. He said he found God. If we can be forgiven, so could he, But it's like, ugh. But I'm glad he finally gave her family peace because they knew it all along. She knew it. She knew it. And nobody would listen to her. I hope, may God, may that baby rest in peace, Oh. When I saw that, I was just like, wow. you know? Huh. It's like who knows what kind of evil lives in people. It's just like, oh, my word. Anyway, but it's just like, I feel like with that 10 of Pentacles, I feel like this is why everything is moving at a glacier pace, because they know that's what you can handle. I feel if it goes too fast, it will concern you. You know, and we have a lot of things to be concerned about, you know, even my son brought it up. This person said this, they have done nothing but this. Like, my kids see so much now. And when I said to them, I said, you have no idea what you're talking about. You will see as you get older. And now that they're older and they see things, they're like, damn. I'm like, yep. Do you see why? And they're like, yep. And I'm like, okay. I protected them because I knew I had to. You know, even then they couldn't see it at that time, which I understand. They're small. I'm like, that's why I did what I did. So it's just like, they understand. But I listen to them because I know that, and I feel like that's where you should not sit there and not listen to people around you. There's a reason that things resonate with you, and I totally get it. You know what I mean? So it's just like I said, even if this situation doesn't work out, it's like, at least I have that experience where it's just like, I know how that is, because I do have people coming to me and it's just like, I feel this guilt. And I'm like, I don't know. I said, I can't relate to that because I haven't experienced it myself. I said, you know, I like people, but they haven't liked me in return, which is totally fine. You know, that's the way the world works, you know, but it's just like, now that I have, it's, you know, I understand, you know, but it's just like, they're like, don't count this one out. I'm not, you know, that's why they're just like, sit there and like, you know, imagine how this would turn out. And it's just like, I am, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, how it could be, how it will be, you know what I mean? But I understand why it has to go slow, you know? And I wouldn't want it any other way, you know? I feel like that's the good part of it. That's the amazing part of it, is the courtship part, you know? Getting to know each other. So it's just like, let things unfold. Let it go at the pace that it needs to go. You know, there's no, honestly, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've already had that, you know, for 10 years, and it's just like, you know, let it flow the way that it's going to flow. I just feel like, you know, don't try to, you know what I mean? I know we're in the era of everything has to happen like in a blink of an eye, but just let it flow. Just let it flow. You will not regret it. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Friday, October 20th, 2023. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card.